they say.
Okay, yeah, don't play nothing.
The same thing happened to you, Castro? Does it show for you?
It showed for mine. My shit was. Oh, we got another donation too. That's what's up.
Alright, someone say YouTube punk.
Yeah, alright. Straight up. Okay, we back, y'all. We got a copyright strike for my own music. That's some bullshit.
It wasn't playing. It was just the
music wasn't even playing. It was just a video. But you know, YouTube gonna do what they do. So hold on one second. They dirty for that.
Yeah, it's still messed up.
It's still messed around. Well, it's restarting.
No, you gotta refresh your YouTube.
You get that all the time. I wouldn't say all the time, but you get it a lot.
Okay, so we back, y'all. My bad. We fucking got a copyright strike for playing my own fucking music. Imagine that. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Dave Weiner ended up calling me on the phone, and he hit me up and was asking me, or he told me that you wanted to work or whatever. I was really excited and shit like that. So that's how me and you ended up connecting. And then you ended up sending me some beats. And I'm gonna be honest, I was like, damn, I don't want to fuck these up. You know what I'm saying? Because I already know, like, I know your history, I know who you've worked with, and all of that type of shit. So I had to do your shit like justice. So I really didn't know how to approach the shit. And then, like, a couple of the ones that I had got, I was like, I'm fucking with this, but also, like, this is a little bit out of my element. You didn't know my sound all the way yet. You knew my sound, but you wasn't like as good as you. Like now, you send me a video. This is Trizz. You know, it's like, but like at the time, it was like you were kind of just sending me shit that you had. I assume. You know what I mean? You didn't. I don't think that.
Yeah, because that's like the best way to start. Like figuring out like for one, you gotta see if it's like a compatible, like, you know,
like if it's
working
a good relationship.
Because sometimes you'll just be like, this is something I had to learn too. Like sometimes, like you can both like admire each other's work. You know what I'm saying? And be like fans or whatever. But that doesn't mean that you would necessarily like work well together. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So, you know, like, first and foremost, I gotta figure it out, you know what I mean? And being able to have, like, chemistry where you've, like, truly, like, built a sound together, though, that has to take time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has to, you know? So,
yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, so, like, that was one of the things that, like, I really admired about your work was, like, we took time to, like, build and, like, figure out, okay, what works for Trizz, you know what I'm saying?
There was one song that we did was like, it was one song that we did that was like, it was like, all right, now the shit's definitely gonna go. Do you know what it was?
It was, don't tell me, Keep It a Buck? Yeah, let's Keep It a Buck. All right, I knew what it was. Yeah, no, it was definitely Keep It a Buck. And that right there is one of my favorite songs that we did on top of one of my fan favorites.
That was your first one?
That was the one that like solidified it.
Because you know, on the first batch of songs that we worked on that you sent me back, that was just random beats, was like Stimulus Package.
Oh yeah.
But then I was like, all right, so I started to be like, okay, I can kind of see something. I remember I made Keep It a Buck and sent it to you. And then I think I must have been driving back from somewhere. Where was I driving from? I was in the car, I remember, and you sent me like what you did to it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, all right, now.
Yeah.
I think this shit might
that
work.
That good old car test.
Yeah, I think this is gonna work.
Yeah.
So,
no, sure.
yeah. But Keep It a
Buck.
Buck.
I didn't believe it at first.
Yeah, I was real excited because I was like, damn, like nigga, this is Tech Nine's producer. You know what I mean? He's, you know, this is somebody who got plaques on the wall that's like fucking with me, and this is really gonna elevate my sound. And one day I googled. This is recently actually. I had googled what's Trizz's best album, and Ashes and Dust popped up, and Baseline Cavi popped up. And that shit shocked the fuck out of me. And AI had like described like what matter of fact, let's show them. Go Hold on, don't put the screen up yet. But go to Google Mod. We're gonna show y'all. I want y'all to see something real quick. This is crazy. Okay, now go to Chat GPT.
I just did it. It says basement music. What was that?
No, yeah, I don't know what the hell you talking about.
That's what ChatGPT said that, not me.
No, go to ChatGPT. Say put we're gonna put it on the screen if what I want pop up. But when I googled it asked me what's my best album, and Baseline Cavi had popped up, and it had described why, and I was like, damn, this is crazy. And it was basically, in summary, was saying like this is like I was on a new level, like basically like it's like more elevated. Hold on, one second, chat.
An album called Trizmatic.
Wait, what?
That's what it said. It says Trizmatic and Smoke and Mirrors.
You're not even on stream right now. Be quiet. No, hold on.
Trizmatic.
Hold on, real quick.
Trizmatic.
Trizmatic's too crazy.
Well, let me just Google it real quick.
Trizz had an album called Trizmatic.
But you gotta spell it like Matic. Trizmatic.
That's crazy talk.
Okay, so boom. All right, so show the screen real quick. It's on Google, not ChatGPT, y'all.
Yeah,
so go to Google.
I'll show you what ChatGPT says.
All right, so we're gonna share the screen real quick. Check this out, y'all.
He just wrote that in himself.
It's not gonna do it. All right, fuck it.
Yeah, no, this shit blew my mind, low key. I think it's seen on it. Okay, so remove that. Remove remove that. Okay, so if you look, it says on Baseline Cavi, it say often cited by listeners as a standout solo focused effort. This 2022 project is praised for its production and lyrical depth. That shit blew my fucking mind, straight up. And it says it's praised for its production, like first, like that just lets me know that like my sound had elevated. You know what I mean? Like, and a lot of people like was coming to me about that project. A lot of motherfuckers was hitting me up about work. You can go back to us, Mark. A lot of people was asking me about like, yo, what's up with Mike Summers? I'm trying to work with him, this, that, and the third. So yeah, praise to you, bro, because you elevated my sound. Appreciate it.
Nah, I'm not. I appreciate it, man. I'm like, that's what I always think about when I work with someone. I'm like, I just think like, am I able to contribute something that like really will help? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because that's what I'm always that's
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So, because sometimes you know what I'm saying. Sometimes. Yeah, you just got to be honest with yourself about like, you know what I'm saying, if you are able to actually contribute something or not, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
When we did Baseline Cavi though, I'm telling you, after we did Keep It a Buck, I knew, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I knew what we could do, you know?
Keep It a Buck was that one. That's one that I performed. That's one of my favorite joints. Shouts out to TF, because TF told me that's one of his favorite joints off that album as well. He's also on the album, Keep It a Buck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those that bass line is. And also, TF helped me come up with the name for the album.
That's true.
Baseline Cavi, yeah, hell yeah. We were sitting at his crib, and I told him that I was having a hard time coming up with a title. He was like, hey, come over to the house, we'll chill, we'll figure it out. And so I went over to his crib, and we were chilling at the crib, and he was like, coming up with different names, and you know, like me being from the IE, the main street that run through the IE is Baseline. And Cavi, you know, that's drugs, dope. So my shit is dope. I'm from the Inland. Main street run through Inland. The Baseline Cavi, and that's how we got it. And then, you know, the baseline is the irony of, you know, music and all of that stuff. You know.
Nah, Baseline Cavi was like a really good name.
Yeah, no, yeah, no, for sure.
Like that was like a really good like album name, you know.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think that's my favorite. Is that my favorite? Yeah, Baseline Cavi is my favorite. Not to say that. Okay, so we're gonna get into Cavi and Cursive. Fuck it. Okay, so Cavi and Cursive. Yo, man, shouts out to Mexican Mufasa again, man. So, fire, man. Thanks to the $9.99 donation. All proceeds go to the Trizz Foundation, the Cavi Connect, the Cavi Podcast. Thank you so much for the donation, bro. We really appreciate it. We really appreciate everybody in the stream sitting and chatting it up with me and Mike Summers. This is a W podcast right now.
Yo, you like baseline Cavi more than Cavi and Cursive?
Yeah.
But
Which
one got Fighting Temptations?
No, that's Cavi and Cursive.
And Cavi and Cursive has Alpine on it.
Yeah. Ooh. Nah, I give it to Cavi and Cursive.
Yeah. And Cavi and Cursive got baseline on it with Tip.
Oh yeah.
But baseline Cavi got Hollywood. Oh, Hollywood. That shit is a banger.
Yeah.
People like that. People like that. The Hollywood song.
Oh yeah, man. Shouts out to my nigga Be Well. That nigga always tell me Hollywood is one of his favorites that I had.
That's
It's
crazy.
the hook, man. It's the hook.
Nah, because that song was like definitely not a song, not a beat you would have normally.
That was not something. But again, that's another thing to your production is that like you always give me shit that like it's not always super West Coast. You know what I mean? You'll send me some shit that I have to think outside the box on, and I think like one of the joints on the new project Leatherface 3, which we'll talk about, Corridor is so fucking cohesive. That motherfucker bangs so fucking hard. And every time you've ever sent me a beat, it's always been super like you could tell that you sat down and like thought about me to make the song for, and I think that's really important with producers and rappers that get together and make music. It's like, are you just sending him? Are you just emailing this to him out of a batch of beats? No, are you making it?
I don't like to do that. So that's one thing I don't like to just I really want to be like I want like my production to be like it like you could tell I really like understand the artist that I'm sending it to. You know what I'm saying? So and like you can tell with that. You know what I'm saying? That's why doing albums with you is it's refreshing. I was watching an interview with Dr. Dre, and he was like, his advice to artists was and I actually retweeted it and mentioned me and you, and it was like the best advice he could give to artists in terms of making songs, like making music and making albums, is to work with one producer. Real shit. I mean, I think that there's a lot to be said for that, though. It's like some of the albums, bro. Some of the albums that are like the best albums, made are done that way. But it's really because when it's done that way, you can create something together. You know what I'm saying? Like a sound that's unique, like the you all created together. You know what I mean? It's something different than if you have like a bunch of different producers. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because now, to me, that's like I feel like in that kind of a situation, which I mean, there's some albums that obviously have done that way. There's some of the most classic albums, but but it like
all eyes on me.
Yeah, but it becomes like putting the pieces to a puzzle together type of, you know what I mean? Figuring out like you're trying to check off the boxes, you know what I mean? Of like you start to think like you think about the way you select the beat like in a different way, you know what I mean? But when you build something from the ground up and you share, like you and a producer, like an artist and a producer share a vision together, you can break boundaries, you know what I'm saying? Because that's how new sounds get created. That's how like you hear something that's like, oh, I've never heard anything like that before. You don't often say that about albums that have,
multiple producers.
No, you don't. You know what I'm saying? You don't normally say, damn, I've never heard anything like that before. They, but you can truly create something brand new, And
then when that artist stops working with that producer, like perfect example is when Game stopped working with Dre. You noticed it immediately.
For sure.
But Doctor's Advocate was hard.
Yeah. Doctor's Advocate is hard, but I'm not, because after the documentary.
Yeah.
Like Dre wasn't.
Yeah, he didn't
with
do
Game,
anything on Devil.
so,
on Doctor's.
But you noticed it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and I think that that album
is really good.
But it's just it wasn't.
It wasn't the documentary.
Nah, not at all.
Like,
but then Dre, you got to think too. Like Dre,
he makes a difference.
he like producers bring something out of an artist. You know what I'm saying?
no,
Like
sure.
they you know what I'm saying, that like it's so Dre for sure like brought something out of Game, and Game Game's made like some classic shit or whatever, but what Dre brought out of him.
Yeah, like you can't. And then I feel like, again, like working with that one producer, it's way easier. You know what I'm saying? Versus like, okay, I got a couple beats from him. I got a couple beats from him. You can hit a roadblock. You know what I'm saying? Like it can get to a point to where like, this nigga's only sending me 3 good beats.
Because that's the thing too. Like like the other thing is when you're locked in with like a producer and an artist like that, when you hit roadblocks, you might be able to lean on the producer to like pick things back up and take like, you know what I'm saying, like push you where you need to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when you're just, you know what I mean, like, orchestrating and like pulling beats together, whatever, it's easier to get lost because you don't have someone there to be like, yo, let's go this way.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like again, working with you, it's like I already know. All right, for sure. I'm only working with Mike. He gonna send me some heat, and if I don't fuck with it, look, what you send me, I'm only fucking with these joints. I'm waiting on the next batch. You know what I'm saying? And it keeps me confined to just that one sound. Versus if I'm working with multiple producers, I'm waiting on these emails. I'm waiting on these producers to send me all of these beats, and I'm kind of sitting in limbo. Versus when you sending me beats, after I'm finished writing to those, I'm just waiting on Mike. You know what I mean? I know they coming. You know what I'm saying? And it'll get to a point to where it's like, damn, I don't really got nothing to work on. I'm kind of stuck in album mode, and I don't really want to take my brain nowhere else musically. So I'm gonna just stick to this sound and this idea that we have. So yeah, man, kudos to you, dude. Like, working with you has been a pleasure.
Man, I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I feel the same way.
So, but out of Cavi and Cursive, and based on Cavi, you said Cavi and Cursive is better.
Better to me,
they're both fire.
To me, the two albums are so different.
So different.
Yeah, to me, like because I just think about the way that they're created. Like, I mean, part of it is
you had a different approach with it.
Part of it, it's perspective. You know what I mean? I don't where it came from, but like, it's hard. I do think that. Yeah, I do think the Cavi and Curse is better than Cavi.
Yeah.
One of the things about it is that like by the time we did Cavi and Cursive, like we were just so locked in that it was like there wasn't like anything to necessarily figure out.
It was just a flow.
Yeah, it didn't figure out. You didn't have to, because there was certain things like based on Cavi that was like I wasn't sure about Hollywood or Hollywood.
Oh really?
Not that I didn't like the song was like crazy, but I was just like. I was like, well, shit, if we could do that, and we can also do Keep It a Buck, and we could do, like, 90210, and we could do, like, on and on. Like, I'm saying, it was hard to, like, it was hard to know exactly, like, how to, like, I felt like we had to, like, bring it back in, like, hone back in on something, you know?
Sure.
And Cavi and Cursive was kind of that. You know, it was like, okay, all right, now we can, like, create something from top to bottom that's, like, 100% like our sound, you know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah. So now getting into our new album, Leatherface 3, is out right now. The deluxe edition just dropped last Friday, a week ago. How you feel about it?
The deluxe edition?
Yeah, or the whole album.
That album, this
completely.
It's all right. That the way we made that album. I never make albums that way. When you told me, I was like, damn.
We were under pressure.
Yeah, but now that I listen to it, it's crazy because it's like one of my favorite things that we've like made, which is like crazy because I think about how particular I am about shit, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I'm super fucking particular about shit.
Yeah. So, and I know that. It was a big ask, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it just goes to show, you know what I mean? A lot of the things that you're particular about a lot are really just like you know what I'm saying? But I think Leatherface is. I mean, you think Leatherface 3 is like the best project of all of them?
No, I mean,
You don't think so?
I'm all, it's a different
kinda
tone.
think that.
It's a different tone. I do kind of think that.
Yeah.
I think that we just get better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even though I said Baseline Cavi to me is a better album than Cavi and Cursive, I think it's just because where I was mentally. Which a lot of people will probably say Cavi and Cursive is better than Baseline Cavi because where I was mentally, Cavi and Cursive, I was going through a divorce. 2024 was a really tough year for me, like super tough, and like recording that album was like a struggle. So a lot of people, they hear the pain in that shit. Like Fighting Temptations was about, you know, the ending of my marriage. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what that shit is about. So I was pouring so much into that like I kind of missed it. You know what I mean? Like mentally, like you know what I mean? I kind of was just working. I was working, and a lot of that shit I was just, you know, just jotting down, and a lot of it, and like a lot of my music is like super true. You know what I mean? I be writing what the fuck I'm feeling at that moment and in that time. And Cavi and Cursive is like real personal to me. Real shit.
Yeah.
But
Sure.
like Leatherface, it's more cinematic. And I can have fun with Leatherface, and I don't really necessarily have to walk this fine line of, okay, I gotta watch what I say. I'm trying to really like talk about me and what I do, you know what I mean? Leatherface 3, I kind of just was like, nigga, y'all know what this is. It's a movie on tape. And you know, you doing the shit that you did with Lynch, the Mandible Lecter series, I knew that you had it in you to do that.
Yeah, I know. I
was
but
perfect.
But you know, the thing was like, that's the craziest thing about Leatherface though, was because I didn't want to do any more like dark shit, you know. But then when you hit me about Leatherface, I was like, but damn, do I want to do some more dark shit? I was like, maybe I do want to do some more dark shit. So so that was good because I really hadn't done anything like that for like a while, you know what I mean? So it was like, all right, it gave me like opportunity to kind of like recreate like a sound, like in a way, you know what I mean? But yeah, I didn't really think I would ever do an album like that ever again.
Yeah.
But now that we did it, now I'm like,
yeah, and I feel like we got to play with the West Coast shit with it too. It's
yeah, for sure. I was like we could make it dark for sure. I mean, it has to be dark, but it still has to be fucking West Coast though.
Yeah. No, for sure. So basically, chat, what happened with Leatherface 3 was y'all know. I ain't even gonna say the producer's name because I'm not about to give nobody shine on my channel and where I make money at. But I was supposed to do an album. There was a producer that was working on the album, and he kind of just went ghost on me. And we gonna leave that part at where it's at. We focused on Leatherface 3, me and Mike Summers. So I brought in Mike Summers to help me complete the album, and we literally had to redo everything.
Yeah.
Chat. So like
a little bit of time too.
I had like 3 weeks to get the album done. This was in October. The album was supposed to be dropping on Halloween. And so I called Mike up and I told him my situation. Like, look, this producer bailed on me. You know what I mean? And I need help. You know what I mean? And Mike was like, let's go. You know what I mean? And so I literally had to start from scratch. I took my vocals and I had to record them. I had to go back and change shit up, rewrite certain bars and stuff like that. And I ended up re-recording it from scratch. And so what y'all hearing is 3 weeks worth of work. Me, Mike Summers living in another state. You know what I'm saying? Us going back and forth, emailing back and forth, FaceTiming, and we was recording this shit, doing all of that shit remotely. And that's what y'all hearing. That shit is a fucking masterpiece to me. That shit came out fucking dope. Mike went in and he made the album sound very fucking cinematic, and it feels like you are involved. You know what I mean? When you hear it, it sounds like you're there. You know what I mean? Like the sound effects.
Yeah, it was like
the production is fucking amazing.
Thank you. No, I was just I was like, I wanted the shit to feel like I wanted to feel like West Coast, like our shit, you know. But also like a movie score to a horror movie, like an actual movie score. I wanted to feel like the perfect marriage of the two, you know. That's why like I mean, like honestly, like a lot of shit on Leatherface, bro. Like if you just take away like the drums, you know, some of the programming behind it, this shit will just sound like a. In fact, maybe we should make a version of Leatherface that's like the cinematic cut.
Oh
and
yeah.
I'm saying it'll be literally all the same shit, and we'll do like a true like movie score. That shit would be hard.
And take the drums out and make it sound like it just flow.
I mean, make it it'll be that would be so unique. No one's ever
dope.
Nobody take that idea because we're fucking doing that.
Yeah, no, for sure.
That should
we definitely that'll be another whole version. That's another version of it. We have 3 versions to Leatherface 3.
Yeah, I mean, we should do that. I can already like hear it. That shit would be hard.
Yeah, and that shit sounds.
You like that idea?
Yeah, no, you should run that idea.
That shit sounds like a fucking movie score for sure. You know what I mean? Even you putting the Leatherface. It's like a tag.
A brand, like it's branding it.
Yeah, it's branding it. Yeah, no, for sure. And it's also the introduction to our new record label, for sure. Cavi and Company. You know what I mean? So I'm really excited about 2026. We started the year off with a motherfucking bang. We getting a lot of love for this project. And I don't see nothing but up from here, straight up. Like, I like the fact that we building everything organically, too. Like, we don't have a big machine behind us.
Nah.
But we get a lot of love. We get a lot of cosigns.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we get a lot of people. We get a lot of shit that a lot of artists in our position and not the backing and not the financial. We everything that we do come out of our pocket. Like, we're truly independent. You know, you got a lot of people that say they're independent and they got $1 million machine behind them. We don't have none of that, and we still put out $1 million worth of work in terms of the quality and the production when you hear our shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, straight up.
Yeah, no, that's real. So, yeah, man, Leatherface 3 is out right now. Let's talk about Caviar though, man. Let's sprinkle a little bit.
So we already dropped 2 singles from the album, right?
Yeah.
Which is crazy, actually.
1990 something.
Yeah.
And I think that's it.
Slumdog.
Oh, Slumdog Millionaire. Yeah. And that's another thing. The way we work is so mysterious. Like, we dropped 2 singles from an album that's coming out after the album that we dropped before the star, after the single. You feel me? It's just... The shit is so strategic, and that's the dope thing about being independent. We get to do what we want. A major label would never do that.
Nah,
a major label would never do what we're doing. You know what I mean? That's what separates us stuff.
Nah, that's a fact for sure. Nah, I did think that. I was like, the way we did the 2 singles and then we just dropped like Leatherface. You know what I mean? It's kind of tight though, cause like
it is tight.
You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nobody doing that shit.
I mean, because if you're a Trizz fan, like, bro, like,
and you know what
tight.
it is. Yeah, if you a Trizz fan, if you're a Mike Summers fan, and you know what we do, it doesn't surprise you. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, boom, we got these 2 singles. This the Caviar. Oh, they about to drop album, and this is not Caviar, so we still got something to look forward to.
Yeah, because I think that some people might have thought that was the new like album. But like the new album,
that's just a little
not even out yet.
Yeah, that's just to hold y'all over until we drop this other shit on y'all.
Ain't ready.
Yeah,
Caviar.
Yeah, Caviar, man. Caviar is gonna wrap up the Cavi series, and I think this is gonna be.
It's a trilogy.
Yeah, it's a trilogy. The Caviar is gonna be a lot more. To me, I want it to be a lot more elegant. It's like
that's what I think too.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot more elegant. It's gonna be a lot more black suits and ties type of deal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I can. Yeah, like. Actually, it was a good thing that we did Leatherface first because because it's gonna make Caviar a better project.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because it made me like think about what we need to do with Caviar differently. So that's gonna be, it's gonna be. We definitely have like some shit planned for Caviar.
Yeah, no, for sure. We already midway Caviar is gonna be one of the dopest projects of the year for sure. Especially coming from us being independent. We always in the talks of dope albums to drop. That's another thing I like. Like whenever I be looking up, I Google us a lot. You know what I mean? I Google shit. I be looking up to see if I'm being talked about.
You look yourself up?
Fuck yeah.
I never do that.
Oh, I do it. I fucking do it. And I'm not ashamed to tell y'all. I look myself up, nigga. I type in Trizz or what next Trizz album, or I'll Google my album that I just dropped. I'm very curious about what people are talking about. I look at the Reddit threads.
For real?
I'm very tuned in. Yes.
I'm like,
Yes.
I'm like, I do everything I can to not like look at anything like that. I'm like,
I need to know.
Because I'm like, when I was when we were doing when I was on Strange and we were doing the what, like we put that 1 year when we put out 2 compilation albums, like I don't know if you know.
Yeah, Strangulation.
Yeah.
No, it was 2 other ones. Strangulation was a good album.
Oh, you talking about fuck? What the fuck is the name of that?
Rain, Strange Rain or something like that, and then
yeah,
something else. But those the years.
No pun intended, because y'all got a.
Oh, something. Yeah, that's right. But I just can't remember what the other name was. But like, bro, I did not. Those when I worked on those albums was like I was so like uninspired, you know, and like I just didn't want to do music for real. But I remember at that time that was like a year where we were gonna put out like 13 albums. You know what I'm saying? And that was like part of it. So I was like producing like all of those.
That
albums.
was the goal.
Yeah,
it was like we finna put out 13 albums.
That was the goal for that was the plan for the year. Yeah, 13 albums.
Yeah, that's
you know?
nuts.
So and you know I was working on a lot of them, but when we did those compilation albums,
yeah,
man, it just wasn't. It wasn't what it should have been, you know. And part of it was because I was exhausted, but that's how I would look at like Reddit threads, you know, and people were just like, 7 is washed, you know. I was just like, that's what made me stop looking at shit because I was like, damn, that at that time period, that really kind of fucked with me for real. Like I'm not even gonna lie. Like,
okay, so look, anytime you see a negative comment about yourself, bro, just think about what your favorite artists go through. Like, it's people online talking about Eminem is one of my favorite artists. It's people online talking about that nigga all day long. So if you think at the level that we at now, that if we got here and then here, people gonna be calling us super double trash. Like,
but one thing is when you cash the kind of checks that Eminem cashes, I think those comments don't mean the same thing. Like, you know what I mean?
But,
you think about that kind of a little bit differently.
You look at it differently for sure. But I'm just saying, like, if we're being talked about on Reddit threads and you know, and we in the talks, whether it's negative or positive, we being talked about
100%. Because the worst thing, there's only one thing that's worse than like being talked about negatively.
Yeah.
And that's like not be talked
about at all.
So I mean, you know, like, and that's a fact, you know. So
yeah, so there's people paying attention to that, and the majority of our critics are positive. You know what I mean? We do a damn good job at what the fuck we do with the limited resources that we have, and that's a blessing. So
that's a fact.
So yeah, man, we gonna end it like that. This is the Cavi Connect podcast. This Trizz, this is Mike Summers. This was a dope fucking time with y'all. We on a promo run right now. We got a lot of shit to do this weekend. It's a whole lot of shit coming up.
More shit coming. It's gonna be a good year.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good year. We got videos coming for Leatherface 3. Thank you for everybody that came through and chopped it up with us. Sorry about the first half of the stream. We got cut off because we was playing my music and shit. And then ain't that a bitch? I get fucking copywritten for some shit that I wrote. Like, YouTube need to get on that shit. But yeah, man, peace and love, y'all. Shout out to everybody in the chat one more time. Lil Lakota, Mexican Mufasa, Nico from LA, Lifestyle Richie, Foreigners, my nigga, Niz1, man. Shouts out to everybody. If I forgot you, if I didn't see you, I apologize. And we up out of here.